Target teamed up with and hired a satanic designer to design their newest Pride collection, coming up with creative pieces like Satan respects pronouns. If you're religious at all, I'm sure it behooves you to know that Target is actually hiring and working with satanic organizations. This designer wants to spread the wonderful message that Satan loves you and respects who you are. Did Target go too far by hiring and working with satanic designers? If you're religious, are you going to continue to support Target after this? I'm curious. What are your thoughts?
So Target has partnered with Satanist designer A.B. Prolin for Gay Pride collection. A.B. Prolin is a design from a UK transgender named Eric C. And on the designer's page, they're letting it be known that A.B. Prolin is teamed up with Target. Also on their page, Witches and Wizards Love Trans People. Also on their Instagram page, The Baphomet. Also on their page, Satan respects pronouns. Let's go even deeper. Satan respects pronouns and he loves who you are. Satan, listen to this, man. Satan accepts people of all, several and no genders. He appreciates gender nonconformity. He loves trans and non-binary people. Hail yourself. This is on that designer's page. And that's for y'all saying, oh no, he may be reaching. No, that's on their page. So is this, trans witches for abortion. Boy, oh boy.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I have a crazy story about Target. I reported about them the other day, or was it yesterday, that they have their Pride collection, which includes tuck-friendly swimwear for children. And their collection is LGBT clothing specifically targeted towards children. And that's nothing new. They do that every year leading up to Pride. But this time it did seem a bit more sinister because of the tuck-friendly swimwear and things of that nature. And some of the messaging on the actual clothing, about trans kids and, drag queens and that kind of thing. So it was a clear, direct messaging, as well. But now it was revealed that something more sinister is also behind Target's clothing range, and that is Satanism. So they hired a designer. The first designer they hired was one from South Africa, but they also hired a designer from the UK who, according to what they put on their Instagram, is a Satanist. And it has a lot of references to Satan and intermingling the whole LGBTQ, in particular trans, with Satanism. And this isn't the first time they've done that. Lil Nas X, we know that, he came out as gay and decided that in doing so, he was going to do a lap dance for Satan. And this is somebody who the previous year, or whenever it was, he had a song where he was collaborating with country singers and appealing to a lot of children. So, this is nothing new, but this is Target. This is where you shop for groceries, pick up some clothes for the kids. And yeah, so apparently it has backfired big time, understandably so. And now Target are removing some of the LGBTQ merchandise following customer backlash. So I'm assuming it's the clothes by the designer who many people believe is a Satanist. But let's take a look and see.
Target holding an emergency meeting over its controversial Pride merchandise, the damage control mode coming as it desperately tries to avoid a so-called Bud Light situation. A Target insider telling Fox News Digital, quote, "We were given 36 hours, told to take all of our Pride stuff and move it into a section that's a third of the size from the front of the store to the back. I think given the current situation with Bud Light, the company is terrified." Fox News contributor Douglas Murray joins us now. Douglas, your reaction.
Well, several things. First of all, of course, they're trying to avoid a Bud Light moment. I mean, the Bud's share prices fell 25% in 1 week. So of course Target want to avoid anything like that. Second thing is, first of all, we've got to be, clear about this. They call it Pride merchandise. Nobody has a problem with the LGB bit of this equation. The problem that has erupted in America is the T bit. And it's quite wrong for a company like Target, first of all, to say Pride when what we're talking about is clothes that are for people who believe that they are trans, specifically for men who believe they're women. To wrap all of this up in pride, I think, is a great insult to many people in this country.
Because they were selling a bathing suit that had instructions on how to tuck. Right?
So without getting too anatomical,
Right.
of course, this is about women's bathing costumes adapted for a man. Now, this also goes to one of the other things I've said for a long time on this. It is worth noting in the whole trans issue the extent to which it is women who are repeatedly inconvenienced, not men. It is things being adapted for biological men who believe that they are women, very, very rarely the other way round. And I think this is important because women who shop at Target don't need to be inconvenienced by having to ask if this is actually male clothing. You'll notice that it's not men, it's not male customers who are always being asked to adapt and being asked, to effectively say in store, is this for a woman or not? And I think that points to something very important at the heart of the movement that is now being called Pride, which I think is a trans movement. It is a very important detail in this. It is constantly women who are being inconvenienced. It is women's sports. It is women's changing rooms. It is women's clothing, including women's, underwear and other things. I think people should notice that.
I think also there have been some complaints about the fact that they're children's clothes, they're clothes for infants in this section as well.
And that is madness. I'm sorry, but it has to be said. There is no way that people should adapt to what I regard as being a social contagion in this decade, which is, you can show it very clearly by all the data. Once a child in an area says that they are trans, you get a whole load of other children identifying as well, because it's things like, and they're told if you feel uncomfortable in your body, sorry, every teenager at some point feels uncomfortable in their body. It's the nature of being a teenager. It's the nature of being a kid. The adults should be better at explaining to the kids that that's a situation, not telling them that they are born in the wrong body. It is so wrong and so cruel, and it doesn't help the kids.
It astounds me that they're claiming they didn't want a Bud Light moment. Were you asleep this whole time, Target? You saw exactly what happened to Bud Light, and they chose to go ahead and do it anyway. So I don't understand why they're now claiming that they were, as if they were blindsided by this threat of a Bud Light moment. This is tuck-friendly swimwear targeted towards children. And yes, it always is everything that's pertaining to girls and women that is infringed upon. So let's take a look at this article explaining the merchandise that Target have removed from their store. And they may say it's because of threats, but it's more to do with business. Let's just be real. It's more to do with not wanting their stock to go down. It's more to do with not wanting their sales to go down. But that's exactly what's going to happen, because I can't think in good conscience why anybody who doesn't believe in indoctrinating children will shop at Target now. Target, which rolled out its Pride collection at the start of May, is pulling some products from its stores after facing customer backlash, saying it was acting to protect employee safety, the company told Reuters on Tuesday. Target Corp is offering more than 2,000 products, including clothing, books, music and home furnishings, as part of its Pride collection. The items include gender fluid, mugs, queer all year, calendars and books for children aged 2 to 8, titled Bye Bye Binary, Pride 123, and I'm Not a Girl. Now, again, they're claiming it's for employee safety, but they release Pride merchandise every year. So why now? Could it be because you're trying to indoctrinate children in gender ideology, telling children that they can wear a girl's swimming costume, even if they're a boy, and this is how to tuck? Could it be because it has things such as drag queens and messaging like that? That is totally inappropriate for children. But oh no, it's for employee safety. Since introducing this year's collection, we've experienced threats impacting our team members' sense of safety and well-being while at work, Target said in a statement. Given these volatile circumstances, we are making adjustments to our plans, including removing items that have been at the center of the most significant confrontational behavior, the Minneapolis-based retailer said. Target has been celebrating Pride Month for more than a decade, But this year's collection has led to an increase in confrontations between customers and employees and incidents of Pride merchandise being thrown on the floor. Target spokesperson Kayla Castaneda said, "It's got nothing to do with onesies related to trans. No. Target's action comes on the heels of a conservative backlash against Bud Light after brewer Anheuser-Busch promoted the beer on social media last month with transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney. The products Target is withdrawing are being removed from all its US stores and from its website," Castaneda said. While various Pride Collection products are under review, the only ones now being removed are the LGBTQ brand. Here lies the problem. Now we get to the crux of the matter. Because people have been doing some digging and found out that the designer linked to this line is a Satanist or promotes Satanism. While various Pride Collection products are under review, the only ones now being removed are the LGBTQ brand AB Pralin, which has come under scrutiny for its association with British designer Eric Carnell. Carnell has faced social media backlash for designing merchandise with images of pentagrams, horn skulls, and other satanic products. A search for AB Pralin merchandise on Target.com on Tuesday showed 0 results. Screenshots and posts on social media show that Target previously sold a $25 slogan sweater with the words "Cure transphobia, not trans people," and an $18 "Too queer for here" tote bag. Target is also reviewing certain transgender swimsuits and children's merchandise, Castaneda said, but no decision on those products has yet been made. And of course, they're playing victim and claiming it's about protecting, employees, confrontation and all of this stuff. The evidence I've seen is that it's the left that have perpetuated violence. I would think that most people don't want to go into a store to buy groceries, to buy shoes, to buy various items, school supplies, for their children, and have to see this display. Again, when it comes to boycotting, I think Bud Light and now Target most definitely should be on the list. Can't boycott everything, but I think the two main ones that conservatives in particular need to target are Bud Light, because we need to finish what we've started, and now, no pun intended, Target. We need to target both of these brands and not let up. There shouldn't be a reason why any of us should step foot in a Target ever again. They don't want a Bud Light situation, but it's too late. There's no way I'm going to shop at Target ever again. I don't even care what they do. I don't even care if they apologize. I mean, it's clear that they have an agenda. It's very sinister, and it is targeted towards children. And we have Liberal Governor Gavin Newsom, who's unhappy about Target's decision to remove some items of clothing. So Gavin Newsom blasts Target CEO for selling out LGBTQ community after retailer pulls trans-themed merchandise. Makes me wonder, if it really was about safety for employees, why would he blast them? California Governor Gavin Newsom accused the CEO of Target of selling out the LGBTQ+ community after the retail giant pulled some gay and trans-themed merchandise from its shelves amid a customer backlash. The company had faced criticism after aggressively marketing items, including transgender swimsuits, in conjunction with Pride Month. But in a replay of the backlash faced by Bud Light after the beer brand hatched a marketing deal with transgender identifying influencer Dylan Mulvaney, customers reacted with disgust that prompted the chain to first move Pride Month displays to less prominent areas of some stores and then to pull some of the controversial merchandise altogether. CEO of Target, Brian Cannell, selling out the LGBTQ+ community to extremists is a real profile in courage, Newsom tweeted. This isn't just a couple of stores in the South. There is a systemic attack on the gay community happening across the country. Wake up, America, Newsom added. This doesn't stop here. You're Black, you're Asian, you're Jewish, You're a woman. You're next. Please give me a break. This is about protecting children. He can be disingenuous all he wants. But if he cared about women, he would have something to say about women being erased. He would have something to say about biological men entering into women's sports. Biological men who couldn't be successful as men entering into women's sports, into girls' sports, and dominating and having an unfair advantage. He doesn't care about women. He doesn't care about black people. And he doesn't care about Asian people. He cares about scoring political points at the expense of our children. So let me know what you think. Are you going to continue to shop at Target? Is this something that concerns you? And do you think Target have now Bud Lighted themselves? I think they have. So let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. And God willing, I will see you in the next video.